This year, 2024, has been absolutely amazing when it comes to solar activity. April 8th, we had the total solar eclipse here in southern Ontario, right over my house, so I didn't even have to go anywhere. It was just unbelievable. And then 5 weeks later, I believe it was May 10th, we had an amazing auroral display. And then just a week and a half ago, we had another auroral display, and that was August 11th. So for this video, I'm just going to show you some footage from May 10th Aurora and also August 11th. May 10th was pretty exciting because that evening we could see the indices were really lining up nicely for the northern lights. But as I was setting up, it was this cloudy conditions, and I was worried that we weren't going to get a chance to see it. But then what I normally do under these circumstances is I will set up one of my cameras in time-lapse mode so that if it clears and I go to bed, then maybe it will catch something. And I totally do that all the time, even for like really low chance events. This time I set it up and then I checked the satellite and I thought, okay, you know, there's a good chance it could clear around midnight or so. So I didn't lose complete hope. So it did eventually clear. I'm going to post some videos and pictures so you'll see like it was all cloudy. You can actually see the northern lights through the clouds. In some instances where the clouds were thin, you could actually see some of the color of the northern lights through it. So I was also taking some just pictures with my camera just to see if I could see something through the clouds, and I could. So if there's supposed to be northern lights and it's cloudy, still take a picture of the clouds, because sometimes if the clouds are thin enough, you'll actually see the color behind the clouds. I think it was after midnight when the clouds just cleared out and the aurora was just shining bright. I couldn't really see a lot, like make it out perfectly with my eyes, but you can almost see like kind of like a green haziness in the sky. We have light polluted skies, so you can't be so sure about what you're looking at. And I ended up waking up the whole family. We were basically running around the whole yard, taking pictures and just looking up at the display and enjoying it. And you know, I found that night too that the northern lights, they move so fast that I went down to even like 1.5 second exposures to try to get some detail. It's almost like photographing waterfalls. The longer exposure you make, sometimes interesting features and textures disappear or get blurred out. In many cases, I just varied my exposure a lot between 1.5 seconds and 10-15 seconds just to get different effects, and it was just unbelievable. The other thing that happened was when I set up my time lapse initially, I set it up to face north, but in this case they were overhead and to the south, so I didn't have one of my time lapses set up properly where you can actually make out the amazing detail and the amazing display from like overhead and to the south of us. So I had my time lapse running, and then I was running around with another camera, which was my Canon R6. So my Canon 6D was taking the time lapse. I also had my GoPro running, and then my Canon R6 was on my 14mm lens, and I was running around taking pictures around the yard on just using my tripod and varying the exposures. And I even tried to take some live video, so I'll post that footage later. Oh, so one thing that I made a huge boo-boo with my Canon R6, what I did was I attached my Sigma 14mm lens, which is amazing wide field lens. But with that particular lens, if you have a filter on, like a clip-in filter, it tends to have a lot of distortion because it needs like a really thin filter. And the filter that I had on at the time was a hot mirror filter that I used to adjust, like do normal color balance for my camera because it's modified. So with that clip filter in, I realized like later that all my stars around the edges were completely distorted. And it's a shame, but I tried to fix it in post-processing as well. And I don't know if you'll notice it in the video footage, but this was all from May 10th event. Wow, I can't believe I have this place all to myself. With the August 11th event, it was another night that started out completely cloudy, but I was taking some cell phone shots and just regular handheld mirrorless camera shots just to see if I could see some color through the clouds, and I did. I could see some pink, or magenta. That particular night I was actually really exhausted, and I didn't know if I should wait around for the clouds to clear, so I did go to bed, but then I got woken up at around 2 in the morning. Sure enough, you could see the northern lights. This time it was so funny because like it wasn't as intense of an event, but for whatever reason I could actually see the colors really beautifully. Like I could see the pink and I could see the green shimmering, and oh my gosh, what is that? That was really creepy. That was weird. I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, you scared me! That's not nice.
Hi.
That is so creepy. Oh my gosh. Okay, my daughter's here. She found me in the forest. I thought I was completely alone, and here she is, and then she throws some rock in the distance and completely freaked me out. And talking about...
I've been in the background of your video this entire time.
Yeah.
I followed you down here.
Okay, well, guilty. So I'm just talking about May 10th Aurora, how cool that was. And I woke you up around 2 in the morning, and we started taking pictures. And yeah, you have some shots from that night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we imaged for maybe about an hour, and then it completely died out. And Mars and Jupiter ended up rising a little bit later, and I stayed up and just took a whole bunch of pictures of that alone. There's so many mosquitoes here, even though it's like cool and windy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna post pictures and videos from May 10th and August 11th coming on up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
that evening we had so much cloud cover, and okay, mosquitoes are gonna get me. So May 10th, okay, I'm gonna get attacked by mosquitoes now. Now that I'm sitting. Okay, so I was in contact with so many of my friends. Oh shoot, that's the neighbors. Oh boy. And what else? I don't know. Oh shoot, I got all these weird bugs attacking me.